5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. OG's turn to ban. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. OG's turn to ban. Dire team pick.
What's up, guys? Welcome back. We got more PGL EU quals going on. Mousesports facing up against OG, and as you can see, Mousesports did take game one. It was a grinder. It certainly was very long, very close, but it doesn't matter because once you win that game, you get that little golden thing above your name. Feeling pretty good moving into this game two. We'll see if OG can bring it back. They certainly are good enough to. They just need the right draft. I'm Mike Loris, going to be your caster for this game.
5 seconds remaining.
Spoiler alert, if you don't want to know about that one, mute the stream. Winner of this has to face up against Secret, which is, I tell you, not going to be fun for anyone except for maybe Secret, because Secret are monsters, a whole team full of monsters, kind of dominating every which way. But here we go, we got ourselves a draft. Noteworthy heroes still in the pool. So far, off what was normal in that first Night Stalker still in. Doesn't really seem like it's a possibility anymore, though, as Mousesports already have their quote-unquote Night Stalker hero in that Nyx Assassin, and OG have the Earth Spirit. So Night Stalker, Necrophos, Ancient Apparition just now picked up. Yeah, I mean, as far as the sports are concerned, got some pretty premium ones, either banned or picked by this stage. So yeah, it's going to be looking like it's going to be a very core-heavy ban phase in phase 2. But OG have one of my favorite combos, I think, of support heroes. Love me some Ancient Apparition, first of all. And Earth Spirit with AA is just nuts, man. Like, you can do so much in lane, even out of lane. Like, Earth Spirit randomly finding someone maybe isn't necessarily enough damage to straight kill them with an Ice Blast, like someone like Nyx Assassin can pull off, but for sure it is going to be a lot, and Wield Force rotations. Or else, I mean, if you're able to lay down Magnetize upon Magnetize upon Magnetize, going to be OG, if they get something like a Sven or really any hero who can help out aggressively in any sense, or No Tail, then they should be just fine. Looking at that safe lane, Beastmaster for sure does have the lane control, but yeah, is not going to be able to withstand this. It's just not going to happen. Mousesports do decide to run back that Beastmaster. I feel like they've been playing this guy a lot more than perhaps they even should. I mean, Skylark's a natural. I've already mentioned that in the last game. But it does seem like Skylark is only playing the Beastmaster, and if it gets to be a certain problem, then well, you just gotta ban it out first phase. I don't know if any team will eventually get to that stage. It really depends on Skylark, but still, Beastmaster, Nyx Assassin. This is the vision combo that we saw in the last game. This is them in their comfort zone, playing that map control style. Nature's Prophet is banned out, so, you know, you can't really go full into that global style, but you start split pushing up the map. Run a very similar draft to what we saw in the last game, if you're on the mouse side. Who's going to take the ban out here? Necrophos is not something that OG should really be scared of. You know that for Mousesports, they already do have their offlane and their support for MNT. I don't really know if there are going to be any supports that they're really scared of in this situation. So probably just targeting some of these mid lane selections, I would assume, from the OG ban side of things. I mean, with Earth Spirit and Ancient Apparition, it may be your first two being two supports, but honestly, like, you can handle pretty much everything because you have the control from the Earth Spirit, stuns and silences, the damage from the AA. You're good to go, man. Maybe something like a Puck to be banned out as well. It's another noteworthy hero who is still in this pool. I think was banned out like second phase last game. I might be wrong about that. But either way, initiation heavy style I want to see from Mousesports or from OG.
remaining.
Like if they pick it up themselves, that could be very powerful. May lead them to be a little bit damage light, but really all you need is, again, like a Sven type hero, a Terrorblade type hero for damage, a PA, a Luna. Like there are so many options as far as that is concerned. A lot of mid lane hate, it seems. Sniper, DP, Viper, perhaps. Gonna be getting the boot.
10 seconds remaining. Dire team ban.
Silencer. Interesting. Silencer, to me, says that OG either want to go for a Faceless Void or a Bat Rider. Usually those are like the two that are the two team fight oriented heroes that are most impacted by having a Silencer on the other end.
Remaining.
And both those two heroes will do an maybe not Bat Rider up against
5 seconds
so
remaining.
maybe planning on a Faceless Void. Seen them do that for sure in the past. I mean, there are so many heroes that get screwed over by Global Silence. I want to say just like half the heroes in Dota, like every other one will get screwed over by Global Silence. There's not much you can do about that. But to actually ban it out does imply that OG are looking for some style of initiation and or team fight that is really combo heavy, that has to flow well. Silencer will throw a wrench into that. It could just be like a hero like Enigma or something like that. Those old classic heroes. Right now, OG can still go for a Necrophos. Still in the pool as Mousesports instead decided to take out the Legion Commander.
Remaining.
Certainly a nice hero to have versus that Beastmaster Roar. As long as you're not hit with the Roar, you're able to buff it out with that press. You're pretty happy overall as OG if you're able to pull that one off. It will be the spooky Ghost Man. But now for Mousesports, what do they want? Nyx Assassin's already a pretty good start against that Necrophos. Sure, they would like to have a little bit more. Seen a couple teams mix in their Oracle play. It's not going to be incredible here since you're also going up against Ancient Apparition, but it does have its value defensively, that's for sure.
5 seconds remaining.
Mousesports can go in that direction. Heroes with Diffusal Blade looking to be at a pretty big premium here. Warlord, Weaver, those type of heroes for sure will be very powerful. But OG have still a really safe opening. They can still go really aggressive. They can still play this game really slowly. They have luxuries galore, these first 3 picks. Even lane flexibility. I don't know if I've seen S4 play a Necrophos offlane. I haven't really seen that many at Necrophos offlane. But it is certainly something that you can do if you're expecting the enemy side to field kind of a weaker safe. That's a Jakiro.
Dire team pick.
Instantly, the OG response is an Alchemist. Okay. Wow, this AA first pick just got so much value. Holy crap. The AA is like the go-to pick up against both Necrophos and an Alchemist. Just so powerful against the two. But on their side now is so powerful. Mousesports going to pick up an Anti-Mage. It's going to be one of these games, isn't it? It's going to be one of these classic games where you have Anti-Mage on one side, Alchemist on the other. Just a race to get that gold. Now, for OG, they do have, right now, the makings of a very safe kind of space creation draft. A nice off lane for S4 for OG, and they should be fine. Again, I'm assuming Necrophos safe lane, Alchemist mid at this point. If OG gets something like a Puck, I would say is pretty good. Again, for that off lane, maybe I like Puck a little bit too much. That's definitely a possibility as well. Really anyone can't go wrong with that. Pugna will be banned out. Seems like Sports instead scared about getting pushed. And they do have an anti-mage. Mousesports do have quite a bit of pushing power. Of course, OG ban out is pretty much the go-to counter to the Alchemist in a 1v1 lane.
10 seconds.
Anti-mage, Jakiro safe lane, Beastmaster off lane, Assassin, roaming around perhaps much like last time. And So we're looking for that mid lane hero from the Mousesports side.
Turn to pick.
Hero OD? That is not an OD. That's a Skywrath Mage. Oh, baby. Oh, for a core Skywrath Mage. I don't really think it's very good. And I'll tell you why in just a little bit. My first game as Skywrath Mage, my teammates told me to go mid, so I went mid and dumpstered everyone. It was amazing. And then I did it again and got my ass kicked. But you know what? That first time is all that matters. So I love me some core Skywrath Mage. The problem is that you're facing up against an Earth Spirit, and you're really, really fragile. Now you're even facing up against an Axe. As far as space creating offlane heroes are concerned, Axe, Clockwork, Centaur, like those very initiation heavy, really, really bulky heroes, certainly what you want there. So OG will be able to absolutely annihilate a Skywrath Mage, and that's like what you accept. That's something that you say, okay, that's just gonna happen. We're gonna pick this hero. He's going to get crushed occasionally, but we should be able to manage regardless of that fact.
10 seconds remaining.
And when you're playing a Skywrath Mage with the express intention of getting the anti-mage space, it is certainly a very different game than if you're playing a Skywrath Mage with the express intention of pushing, or taking tower, taking map control. Like, if you're trading evenly, then you're perfectly happy with that as the Skywrath Mage. In this particular game, because you know your late game is more or less shored up in the form of an anti-mage. Now, the anti-mage does have a lot of problems in this game. Now going up against the Axe, which may or may not be in lane depending on where the lane swaps go, but also the fact that Alchemist is going to be accelerating the OG side incredibly out of control. All four of these other heroes have pretty sick Ags upgrades, so, you know, just gotta worry about that. You have to hit their sweet spot. Blade Mail is also a problem moving forward, but I'm excited to see me some core Skywrath Mage. They don't really have the easiest way to really set up for a sick flare. I think the real big go-tos, like for core Skywrath Mage at least, are like used to be like support Witch Doctor way back when. Used to be Clockwork in the offlane way back when. His combo with Skylark is certainly very powerful, roar into flare, and should be able to get a decent amount of damage there. See if he's able to survive his lane, however. That's really the big concern I have here for the Skywrath Mage, because on the enemy side, it is not only an Earth Spirit, but a Jerax Earth Spirit. So, like, that's just, like, one level up. Like, he's level 1 right now, but since he's a Jerax Earth Spirit, he's, like, level 3. Like, he starts the game at level 3. That's just how that works. No Tail's gonna be handling the spooky Necrophos. S4 has Axe. Solution Alchemist, Fly, AA, and on the Mouse side, unless we're gonna have some swaps, which I severely doubt. Skylark, Beastmaster once again, MNT running back that Nyx. Thug, the Skywrath Mage, Madara's Anti-Mage is on the field, and Spartan is on the Jakiro. We have ourselves a very interesting type of draft. Both sides will be looking to do very, very similar things. It's about buying space for that Alchemist. It's about getting these pickoffs, keeping tempo. So, essentially, maybe we can look at this game as kind of a little bit of a 4v4. Like, take out Madara, take out Resolution, say that, okay, you guys may be in this game, but really the game is not about you. The early game, the first 20-30 minutes is not really about you. See what these other heroes can get done. For Mouz, it's going to be, I would imagine, a little bit more difficult. I'm just looking at their heroes. The hero is really good for just constant pressure lane control, but as far as making burst kills happen, M&T played pretty well in the last game, so I don't want to like short sell him or anything like that, but when you compare what an Assassin can do versus what a Earth Spirit can do, like Necrophos and Axe, like these heroes all hit their early game so fast. Beastmaster take a little bit longer, and well, Skywrath Mage is pretty powerful in the early game too, but I'm assuming Skywrath Mage is not going to have the easiest time here. I do favor OG and their draft just a little bit, but maybe that is because I'm not a believer of the core Skywrath Mage. I have seen ones of Skywrath Mages take to the core role, at least recently. I feel like the Alliance crew used to run support Skywrath Mage a lot, and that would be like the only time you would ever see Skywrath Mage. You would definitely see the weaknesses of this zero armor hero when he's played in a support capacity. But in the core, who knows? It might be much different depending on how well the lane goes for him. Obs for both sides, gonna be spotting absolutely everything, and it looks like, despite that movement, still going to be a 2-for-2 tower exchange. Yeah, Dire, 1 for resolution, maybe 2 for resolution. Oh, baby. 400 gold, you know. Let me just start this game at 400 gold. Thank you, Ice Frog. Thank you. Skywrath Mage, though, going up against the Alchemist is... I mean, there's a lot of burst damage going towards resolution. And of course he does have that greed level 1. It's standard stuff for the Alchemists everywhere, but... First of all, like, even discounting that Jerax Earth Spirit, who may or may not be rotating in, once Acid Spray comes down, Thug doesn't really have any lane control. Oh, top lane. Looking pretty dangerous already as he had an Impale onto the Ancient Apparition. Right clicks. Will kill off Fly, giving Madara a first blood. That is not what you would really want to have out of this top lane. There's Heartstopper Aura on No Tail, just for the passive damage, and yeah, it may end up doing more damage than a Death Pulse, but for sure doesn't help Fly at all, although I'm not really sure if Death Pulse would have helped. But again, once Acid Spray comes up, level 2, level 3, not only is Thug a 0 now, -4 armor hero, but he has no AoE, so Resolution is going to constantly shove this lane into the tower of the Skywrath Mage, and Skywrath can do nothing about that. Like, he will struggle to get runes from there on out. He will struggle to last hit from there on out. I mean, he does have the Arcane Bolt, so last hitting with that is not that impossible. But I would imagine that Resolution should be able to tank up all the harassment that Skywrath Mage throws at him, and then eventually just lock the creep wave into over here, which means that, of course, Resolution has freedom to go all the way down here, get these stacks up, get all the runes he wants, and really just doesn't have to worry about anything. Should Jerax rotate in, then you're going to be pretty happy. But unhappy in No Tail. The roll in is going to get caught in the ice path, and No Tail will fall. MNT takes quite a bit of damage here, but it's a Nyx assassin. He's fine. Jump forward from Madara. Maybe a little bit too aggressive, although it doesn't seem like he's going to get punished for it because Jerax is completely tapped out of mana, is only level 1, and that means level 1 for real. 3-0 for Mousesports in this top lane. Very quickly looking at this bottom lane, Skylark and X4 battling against one another. This should be a pretty nice lane for the Axe. I expect Skylark to get a decent amount. Oh, Resolution. That's not good. He is going to bottle in the trees. We'll be safe. But yeah, this bottom lane, gotta watch out if you're Skylark. Play the distances and you should be fine. For sure, Axe is going to be rather untouchable in that bottom lane. And that's bad for Thug. Like, I mean, Thug may be doing decently on this mid lane. In fact, doing really well for himself so far. But once Blink Dagger comes on Axe, the fun is over for Skywrath Mage. You no longer want to be existing on Earth as that hero. It feels really bad. OG, though, perhaps pushing their luck too much on this top lane. Like, going into the trees like that is already, like, an incredibly dangerous move. You're up against a Jakiro. You already know he has Ice Path. You know that any reinforcements from the Earth Spirit is not really going to be super easy to come by. He is now going to hit that level 2 mark. Quite ready, you know, pace keep around the map. Still, despite those kills, we do have No Tail, still with CS comparable to Madara's. In fact, it's pretty much the exact same. So, you know, CS-wise, OG still not doing too bad for themselves. Skywrath Mage, though, bottling up, now space up against Jerax in lane. I think Resolution is had enough. Finds another bounty rune, so that's quite nice for him. Stacks, looks like there's a handful of stacks for the Alchemist. It's perhaps a little bit early for him to really feel excited about going into the jungle, but you know what, Jerax getting the experience, certainly going to pay them off in the long run. MNT, though, is going to be moving in, looking for that rune. Wanted to stun and jacket. Couldn't quite get there in time. The rune also goes toward Jerax. Gets the regen rune. Pretty nice exchange there in favor of OG. Although, MNT and Spartan fan out and do find No Tail. Still does not have that Ghost Shroud, though he does have 2 stick charges. If the tail lands, he's just dead. And well, I think he might have been dead there anyway. He's taking so much damage from right clicks. That's No Tail dead again on top.
Thank you.
MNT got one, he got 2 actually, and Madara got 1 kill as well. Like, they're sharing the love up towards top lane pretty evenly, Mouz. Anti-Mage, with this much kill participation, easily will smooth over the fact that he's splitting lane with 2 other heroes. Still getting pretty much I mean, not perfect CS. This is not an ideal situation for safe laners. But considering the situation that he is in, especially since he's actually not gone for poor man's shield, he's doing remarkably well in lane. The Alchemist looks like he's no longer a laner. He is just a jungle. Getting it mid lane to that Earth Spirit for real now. Thug. I think most people would have gone for that flare. I mean, it does so much damage, how could you say no? But he's going to, you know, be a little bit restrained in his build here. Go for the consistency. And as great as flare is, again, the Mousesports side do lack a way of locking down a hero for sure in order to land a full flare. Because they don't have that, that inconsistency is going to mean that you don't really want to spend 300 mana, like almost half your mana pool, on a spell that may not get you a kill. Scarif Mage typically does get a lot of mana regen. That's a big focus of your build. Right now, that is not going to be super exciting for him. We do have setup on Thug. We have setup for S4. Keep our mouse on Scarif Mage. They do set up now for the Axe. Ice Path, Dual Breath, all used. Set up with the Impale Chain Stun. Spin on M&T. Gotta be careful there. S4, though, you just can't touch anyone. He's gonna call for some extra armor. It will take down Thug in the meantime, but S4 will also fall, making it ultimately a 1-for-1. It's like Resolution was able to grab the last hit, though, on the Scarif Mage. That is a lot of dough for that Alchemist. Level 6 as well. The Acid Spray being level as it is, this tower, quite a bit of damage. Spin out this creep wave really quickly, pop double damage rune if he wants to, and just let this catapult go to work. Seems like he'll be a little bit more restrained in his actions, and we'll just take the creeps and back off. Garlic, though, does have a roar. Unfortunately, there is still no level 1 into that flare for that Scarif Mage, but they still will find Jerax. Roar! Oh, Jerax sees him. Ice Path just off the mark. Jerax will live to fight another day. Level 7 will give Scarif Mage that level 1 flare. And that's the combo that you gotta fear. Roar into flare, of course with the seal on top. Hurts a lot. I'm not exactly sure how much because flare amplification, but we'll say it's a lot. We'll say it's a lot. Rezo is happily jungling away. This is pretty standard Alk stuff. He is with that Chemical Rage. He's going to see him, and, well, he's going to back off for a little bit. TP is coming into the shrine. Will be spotted by the bird. No Tail's arrival will force everyone else from Mouz back. Bottom lane is being really pushed now by the Axe. Now, this is not that bad for Mousesports since Axe doesn't really push really quickly, but he does have a siege creep here. They do silence the Earth Spirit, but he was already rolling away, it looks like. Weird animations. We'll call that. We'll say, okay, Valve. We'll give you that one. 4 is pretty difficult to deal with for just one hero on the bottom lane. We do have Spartan and Skylark spending now pushing like a minute easy. Trying to look for a pickoff, and they will find Jerax, but immediately get silenced. Hawk again going to see the teleportation coming in for the fly. Ice Path is going to be dropped, will be dodged. War is there with the flare, and a 2-man stun. That'll quickly do S4 in. Fly now on the run with no mana. And 1 bolt, 2 bolt, Ice Path, and 1 more. There's no mana. That's why you're not super excited to spend a flare. But still, it's a double kill for Thug. He's going to leave Resolution to his own devices with that armlet. And he's gunning towards that radiance. He's going to get there really quickly. Thug is going to grab the Invis rune, though, and Jerax now out of mana. Luckily for him, no one can punish. That was 1-7 in their favor. You can still see Alchemist is Alchemist. He's just doing Alchemist things, man. My allies are dying, no big deal. As long as I'm farming, I'm happy. And he's gotten like every single bounty rune as well. Love me some gold. The Anti-Mage is doing pretty darn well considering, but there's no way for an Anti-Mage to touch the Alchemist's farm. That is just an impossibility. Skywrath Mage, though, rotations and kills to be how Mousesports get their Anti-Mage their space. Right now, OG, they aren't getting rotations. They aren't getting kills. And yet, still, their Alchemist has space simply because he's jungling. He can jungle much sooner than the Anti-Mage, who clearly does not have his Battle Fury yet. So it is up to Mousesports to make things happen. Looks like Thug and Spartan can look to team up. No Tail, not have much vision in this area, will be caught by the hero. Dual Breath is slow. Ice Path will miss. Spike will also miss. Can they still kill him off? They have a flare. Or they'll just bolt him down. That's a level 4 nuke that does a lot of damage. Especially when the enemy is ethereal, which definitely doesn't help the Necrophos.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
120, 1.6, call that another 100 with 40 plus 25. Yeah, that's a lot. Why dead here? If he dodges the flare, oh my god, okay. Okay, game. Yeah, that bolt did about 200 damage. No, it's like 250 damage. On like a 2-second cooldown, yeah, okay. Whatever you say, game. Now, Thug is getting a lot. I think that much is undeniable. Problem is, or the question is this enough? Is the amount that Thug is getting, is that going to be enough to redeem the fact that Axe, let's say, has his Blink Dagger right now? He's pretty much got that locked up. Fragility of the Scarith Mage is real. So he needs to be very far ahead if he's going to have a chance of surviving that. Mana pool is looking good enough for right now. They will look towards the mid lane where Jerax is none the wiser. Got a roar for you. Tried to roll away. And there's just 2 bolts. That'll be his blue. Mega kill for Thug. Now, if there's ever a game where Skywrath Mage 4 is going to find success, it is definitely one where he's wandering around the map farming enemy heroes. Rod of Atos will help him set up Mystic Flare just by himself. Doesn't need to wander around with his buddies anymore. Sure, he still will. Perhaps more importantly, the components for Rod of Atos include 2 bracers. Any sort of HP is super valuable. Oh, Spartan with the jukes! Ice Pat's being laid down, catches S4 on the blink in, but it's a low level spell. He'll lose his life with Sight. It was a good attempt there from Spartan, but, you know, there's only so much you can do as a level 5 Jakiro in that situation. They do, however, now see that the Axe has his Blink Dagger, so they will know to play around that. Make sure not to group up that much. And using a Blink Dagger to get a kill is obviously ideal, but not necessarily on support Jakiro. You want a little bit more than that. Will be jacked as MNT is going to move in. Sentry coverage for the Radiant is severely lacking right now. Impale will land onto the Necrophos, who does still have a little bit of regen here. The Death Pulse stacks, gets pulled up to full HP thanks to that magic wand and very balanced Ghost Shroud ability. But now Skylark is here. He doesn't have his roar just yet. 1 second left. Now he has it, and that'll secure the kill onto No Tail. I'm not really sure if that was necessary, but got him. Super dead. We can see how many times Thug is pulling the trigger on this ultimate. It is so expensive, man. We can see also his build. Like, it has a lot of stats worked into it, so his intelligence is quite high. But intelligence helps Arcane Bolt a hell of a lot more than it helps that Mystic Flare. Being really restrained about when he needs to use that spell, and that's keeping his mana pool up, which is of course keeping his threat level up. Scarith Mage with no mana is 100% useless, but he's, you know, being this economical with his mana pool. We like seeing what he can do. No Tail in the meantime, top lane, trying to contest the 8th Mage's farm all game. This mage has fallen slightly behind the Axe, which is, again, kind of to be expected given the lane scenario. Now going to start building in towards that Battle Fury. We've seen much faster Battle Furies in the past, but again, given the circumstances of versus Necrophos AA, rotations very early on, this is not too unreasonable for Madara. He certainly has the heroes on his team necessary to create that space. Although those heroes aren't quite active for another 10 seconds, they're going to miss the Impale to No Tail. Path will land. Thug, seal him up, and Flare. I think they may have to Flare. No. Again, I underestimated how much damage this Flare does. I'm not going to try to do the math, guys. I'm just not going to. Can't make me. They will lose the Nyx Assassin, though. Done up by the Axe, Ice Blast. MNT, though, going to reflect a lot of that. With that Spike Carapace, I still think he's dead to these dots or just to the Axe. Now they're rolling onto Thug. Gets kicked right back into Resolution. Thug needs some help right now. Spartan can't really do all that much. Thug going to try to turn around onto Rezo, but he dodges the Flare, and that will tick down Thug in the end. Spartan going to try to teleport out. He will survive, but Skylark will not. They will lose so much on this top lane. Mouz also give up a, what kill was that? 7 kill spree on Thug. Ooh, that hurts. I mean, again, this is all with the efforts of space creation here from the Mousesports side. The only problem is that fight was nowhere close to even. That was a huge swing in favor of OG. They even get the Alchemist involved there. So not only does he have a chance to use that Radiance, but getting a couple of additional bumps of experience. Uses that Concoction as well. Not really Alchemist's strong suit concoction, but it's a stun. You're not going to say no to a stun. Those are the type of fights that Mousesports really have to avoid. We'll set up one more time though for No Tail. Combo once again is perfect. One bolt. Thug didn't even look at him because, of course, cool guys don't look at explosions. And that Necrophos definitely exploded. 6-1 for No Tail. Feels bad to be a Necrophos. He's even gone for the cloak just to try to help himself against the situation. But no, it's not going to do it. And he's even going to go in for a very supporty build on this Necrophos. Cloak is one thing. Going for the full Glimmer is quite another. And 9 times out of 10 when you see a Necrophos with this type of item, with these type of items in your inventory, it's getting built into a pipe eventually, or a hood pipe eventually. Not that Glimmer. At least for the Necrophos, he knows that, hey, I don't have to be the heavy here. I have an Alchemist on my team. He'll be getting me a lot of extra room around the map. He will be distracting the enemy. I don't have to really be doing that much damage. I rely on him. Still placing a lot of emphasis on this Alchemist. He has 6k above Skywrath Mage, so it's not necessarily misplaced faith. Jason is coming in. Dire will take down bottom tier 1 Spartan. Gonna see Jarak. Ice Path way off the mark. Ice Blast is going to land onto Thug. Here comes the concoction as well. Lots of damage with the Radiance as well. Thug just has to run away to not get scythed, but he for sure will go down here to Resolution. Besides Scarlark, he roars, tries to TP out, but a scythe will cut him down. Who else is here? It's Spartan. And, well, Resolution is going to make short work of the Dragon and the Dragon's little pet 4. Double kill for Resolution. Haystream doing some serious work for him. Getting involved very early on in these engagements. Again, accelerating the Alchemist. Getting him more talents, more experience. Close to that level 3 Chemical Rage. And Mousesports are not feeling it any longer. They just have gotten all these kills. All these kills in the wrong heroes. Necrophos seems like he's irrelevant this game. He doesn't have to do anything damage-wise except for survive long enough to throw out a Reaper Scythe. And I would say at this point, that's not even a necessity. Alchemist needs to be dealt with very, very quickly by Mouz. Mouz aren't really ready to 5-man yet. OG clearly are. Madara still just now picking up that Battle Fury is nowhere close to being ready to join these fights. If he does, the best thing you can hope for is Mana Void, but it's going to be a Mana Void on a low-level Necrophos. Anyone else is just not going to do that much damage, so it's not even a very high-value play. MNT, fighting from Jarak and S4 with the call right in his face. Rip, Big Assassin, you're dead.
Cut you like cordwood.
And this game is going to be an Alchemist game. Just the items he has right now, so difficult to deal with. I still think Roar into the Flare should be enough to get the kill there. It just does that much damage. Is it a level 2 Flare? It is. With the Veil, with the full points and seal. Not invulnerable. But he is so difficult to actually deal with. Until this Beastmaster gets his Blink Dagger, they will struggle to find this Alch and pin him down and actually kill him. Fortunately, the Blink Dagger is not too far away for this Beastmaster. Unfortunately, this Beastmaster is also just not getting all that much gold. He's really scared about showing his face up towards top lane. Not been working out great for him in the past. Fortunately, he does have a couple of pets to do his bidding for him, so last hitting with the boars, getting him a ton of experience, but hey, he just wants this Blink Dagger. That's all he wants in life. And a Blink Roar and Resolution, land a Flare on him, yeah, you've got yourself a chance. And then he can also set up for the stun just with this. Fortunately, Skywrath Mage is kicked out. Alchemist is going to completely dodge the Flare. Sick play from Jarak, so now Thug's in a lot of trouble. Oh, the dunk will be canceled by the Ice Path, but who cares? Still got him. He kicked him out while rolling. And now they catch the Jakiro as well with the call. Resolution's here to chop up the dragon. Holy crap, he just nudged him right outside of that Flare. That actually happened. He had a Manta style, so, this Rod of Atos isn't really that good in and of itself versus the Alchemist, but cool, Resolution can count on saves like that every single time. He's never gonna die, man. It just won't happen. Tower now to fall. Radiance burning down this creep wave in the back, although No Tail's probably gonna end up stealing most of this. Doesn't matter. gold for the team, right? It's all that matters. Thug is down. That's the big threat here from Mouz. Fly. Looking for MNT. Sentry will not spot him, I don't think. We'll see Spartan, though. We'll also see Thug. Thug does not want to be on the front lines like this. He teleports straight into a stun and an ice blast. Oh, no. He just respawned. They'll lose Spartan as well. Now chase down Skylark. MNT is here, but he really shouldn't be here because he's going to get caught with call. With right clicks coming in, he'll fall as well. The Anti-Mage, first thing he did was blink the hell out of there. That's going to be 4 down in favor of OG. And this tower should be dropping as well. If, for whatever reason, OG didn't have vision of this area, I could have seen that working out for Mouz. Like, that could have been fine. But teleporting in like that, Ice Blast immediately, there's nothing you can do about that as Scarth Mage except for not land that TP. He respawns, teleports, and dies. I guess he dies, respawns, teleports, and dies. Now all this value on the Scarth Mage, all this power, not doing enough for him. Not surviving. Now the roll in. Bounce is going to land on the Anti-Mage. And the stun as well. They do not have a sight. Blink Call. S4 is coming in. Not really sure if he can catch up. Blink Call blind. Dara now going to continue blinking to the south. One more stun. Catches him. Oh, now Anti-Mage. He has to blink his way out of here. Now, he does have a blink, so at least he can escape. Dara is on the run. In the meantime, everyone else is out. That Qualifier is doing no damage at all. Here comes the flare. He's just gonna walk right out of that. Under that Mantis style. Bolts are still following him. Maybe the Anti-Mage can actually cut him off. No, it's not enough. They need harder disables there. They needed Skylark with the roar. At the same time, they needed that flare. Just wasn't planned properly. Looks like they will find the Ancient Apparition, actually. Maybe that's why they didn't have the roar. Skylark found the AA. Much rather be watching Madara try to run out of that sticky situation top lane, that's for sure. This mage is getting there, slowly but surely. It's so weird to see a graph that's this slanted. Like, these net worths are not bad. It's only 20 minutes in the game. This is a respectable amount of net worth for all these heroes. And then 20k in resolution. Oh, and then Skylark's down. Boom. What does he actually have? A hell of a lot. It's an Armlet Radiance. That's good enough. But also a Soul. And also 2k gold for that Mystic Staff for Octave. Yeah, dude's jacked as hell. And again, it's not often that it comes to this, but if your Alchemist is this swole, gotta look at how much your allies benefit from Ags and Moon Shards. It's gonna be feeding you that eventually. You get No Tail, at the very worst, a lot of extra bulk in this game. I'm not entirely sure who you get first though. MNT quickly stunned out at TP. Scythe as well. Completely unnecessary, but will ensure that Nyx is not going to be getting up anytime soon, as Madara will leave S4 looking for the call. Guesses the wrong direction though. That was even a really long TP from the Anti-Mage going towards the shrine. Sean, next target perhaps? The Octarine on this here, okay. Where is the Octarine? Right there. Will just tear Roshan up. Taking literally no damage in the meantime, despite having Armlet turned on. That's Alchemist for you. That is Alchemist right there. This will be a It's tough, man. It's real tough. Again, all 4 of these Ags upgrades are absolutely incredible. So much so that I'm not sure who gets the first one. I want to say No Tail, because you give him the Ags upgrade, but you also give him that additional bulk, and that's what he's looking for. Maybe Axe, because his upgrade gets so much better early on. Maybe the Earth Spirit, because he gets that Enchant Remnant, and then he could 100% of the time, with that Blink Dagger Enchant Remnant, save whoever, Resolution, let's say, from a Mystic Flare combo. You know, I don't know. It's completely up to them. They're all so powerful. Oh, they got a glimpse of MNT. Blink Dagger. There's a Dust, and MNT, he, unlike the Anti-Mage, does not have a blink out of here. Jerax Bull is going to land. Ice Blast will be off the mark. The Great Escape. He's not escaping anytime soon. He's dead. Over in the meantime, mid lane S4. Looks like he was almost the victim of the gank, but not quite. Position. Mist is still farming, still pushing. Who can kill this man? Who can kill him twice? I honestly don't know. Madara is going to arrive, burn a little bit of mana, I suppose. He actually does run out of Chemical Rage. That's the time to make your play, but the timing window is so short. Not even that much mana on the hero. Macropyre is only level 1 at this stage, so close to level 2. Narrow corridor like this, Macropyre, serious value. Right now, it's all chip damage. Now, plus S4. He's going to catch the hero. Ice Blast coming in. Should do the dragon, and they will do just that. Great Impale on the back end as MNT is going to stun up No Tail, prevent the Scythe from coming in, but the amount of damage dealt back to OG is seemingly irrelevant. What is going on back here? We've caught the Anti-Mage. He doesn't have Manta Style, but he's called the call and a Scythe. Oh, he immediately buys out. That's going to cost him so much gold. He's going to teleport straight to the front. You probably shouldn't do that. He will be fine. But trying to capitalize on some chaos caused by his allies and fails to kill off anybody. At least he still has that level 3 mana void. It's not nothing, but Resolution just needs a couple more seconds and he's going to pump up the voids once again. Get to work on this tower. They don't have any way of easily canceling this active Blink Dagger, so whoever walks in is in a lot of trouble. You can see that's why they're walking back and forth. Oh, the dodge from Madara, though. Anti-Split is going to get out of that call. Now the Flare onto Resolution, but it's only going to kill him once at best. He's down. He's going to be back. He has 20 seconds, though, until he has another Chemical Rage, so he is, in fact, killable. More stats out once, and then he's fine. I mean, that was absolutely sick from Madara, but again, does it matter? Because it's the same exact game state. Nothing has changed. Macropyre, again in 30. Flare is up in just 10 as they do ice past the Alchemist. Blinking in, though, as Madara with no buyback is so incredibly risky. Half of 2 speed racks, they don't have any other choice. Next Assassin buys a Hand of Midas. I mean, good luck getting back into the game with that. I don't know if you're going to have enough space to use that Midas safely. This is looking really, really bad here for Mousesports as they lose that Anti-Mage buyback. It's going to set him back by such a huge margin. I mean, he's only 13k behind that Alchemist, right? You can't possibly lose with that.
Goes into 6.
Only 13k. I mean, that's one thing. But again, the Alchemist tower is giving a lot of farm to his allies as well. Not quite reflected in their own net worths, having not received moon shards or ags or anything like that. Eventually it will be. I'm pretty sure if you eat an ags, it's reflected in your net. I'm like 90% sure.
Coin for me.
He's just getting his allies so much flexibility. Like, they can do whatever they want as long as this Alchemist is there to anchor them. Now he has 4,500 HP. He was thinking about going for an AC. It looks like that was nixed for that heart. And by nixed, I mean N-I-X, not N-Y-X. So can they actually kill him? Like, can Skywrath Mage actually do that much damage? I still have no idea how much that damage it does. But I'll tell you what, it's not enough. Martin, he's caught in the back line. He will escape. I'm actually going to straight TP out of there, and looks like they were none the wiser. Resolution. Big bad ogre. He's an ogre, right? Like an ogre and a gnome. He's coming for you. I don't know how they kill him. I don't know how they do it. How do they kill 4,500 HP worth of hero with all of his allies? Like, maybe if Resolution was all alone, they can do it, and it'll take them a long time, but maybe. How? How is that supposed to happen right now? Anti-Mage has Manta, Basher, Battle Fury. I mean, for 30 minutes in, that's not a terrible amount, but it's certainly not good enough. Resolution at this point can completely ignore the tower. A couple of bolts will cancel that heart regen, but we can see how much it actually matters. Yeah, Alchemist, he's not stopping. How are we supposed to do this? They need another hero, Mousesports. Add a 6th hero with 10k net worth, and maybe Mousesports can kill that Alchemist. I don't know. Maybe drop 20k in the base of Mousesports, and then maybe they can kill this Alchemist. Right now, though, this Alch is unstoppable. Racks are down in its entirety, top lane and bottom lane now. And they just walked in and did it. No Aegis, no cheese, no pickoff. Just the easiest walk-in play of all time, and now MNT. Oh, not quite. They actually do get the flare. Off onto the axe does a lot of damage. It will also cost Thug his life more than likely, and they also lose the Beastmaster with that roar. Now, Madara is here. He's looking for the Nexus Cross. He's getting so much mana. Madara, I don't know if he can actually kill off Resolution. He's taking so much damage. Oh my god. Those are just right-clicks without Chemical Rage. He's down for 100 seconds, but it doesn't matter. GG is called. And that's what happens, guys. That's what happens when you fail to pressure an Alchemist. He will farm, get a lot of gold, and then he will kill you.